There's a pretty one, Ulysses. There it is.
Hello BookTube, I'm Sean the Bookmaniac. Welcome back to my channel. Here I am with another Friday Reads outdoors, and well, it's 6:30 in the morning. It's not raining, but it's been raining off and on. The ground is wet, but I'm sitting in this, what do you call it? It's not a pagoda. I'm not that spiritual. It's a gazebo maybe? So it's got a roof. So this will be my go-to filming spot on rainy days. We haven't had the typical July hot, sunny, summer, drenchingly humid weather. We do have the humidity, but it's been raining almost every day. The rainy season is usually long over by now. So some days have been cooler, some days have been unbearably humid, but it's been a lot of rain. Let me tell you a little story about Whine. You know, you might have gathered over the years, I like my wine, and I am so damn fussy about wine that I'm trying to actually give up wine because I'm so fussy and I don't want to spend any money on it. I don't want to spend more than ideally $10 on a bottle, but I want it to be dry and delicious. If I have to spend $15, I'm grumpy. So there must be a good idiom. I'm a low life with expensive tastes. Something, I don't know. Anyway, there is literally only one type of wine that I consistently love, and I've been drinking it for the last couple years, and it is only available at the upper crust supermarket chain in Japan, Queen's Isetan, and the only one of those shops that's close to me is at my old station, not far from here, 20-minute walk, Sasazuka. And that price has been fluctuating between $10, sometimes $9 a bottle, up to $15 plus tax, so about $16. And I drink enough wine that the price differential really makes a difference to my weekly income. But I have discovered that, and I've tested it now for more than a year, and it's true, there is one cashier's till, one cash register in the place where it's always $10 a bottle. Even and if I go to a different cash register, it's $15. So this is my little secret, and so I am gonna go. I hope to have enough energy to go later today to stock up for the week, and I have to get to the right cash register, and sometimes there's actually two cash registers in one line when it's during the busy times, so it's the luck of the draw which one's going to call you first. That happened last week, and I got to the wrong cash register, and instead of buying 3 bottles for $30, I had to pay $45. So I mean, big difference, right? So I'm going, if I go right when the store opens at 10 o'clock, only one of those the magic cash register is open, not the one behind it. So that's my plan. It's 6:30 in the morning, people. It opens at 10, so I think I'll be done filming my Friday Reads by then. I've had a very great reading week. I have only one bail to tell you about. I bailed on Milkman. Just kidding. I have no bails to tell you about 2 weeks in a row. What the hell's up with that, eh? I finished a bunch of books. Let's talk about that. This went downhill at the end. I gave it 2 stars. I'm kidding again. No, I loved it right to the end. 5-star read. I would say it's a top read of the year. It doesn't supplant The Known World by Edward P. Jones, but it's definitely within my top 10 books of all time. And I'd say, hands down, it's the best novel to come out of the British Isles, the UK. I'm always worried about using the wrong political terminology. The best novel of the 21st century, I mean. But I can't think of anything that comes close, because UK fiction has been pretty weak in my adult life. I can think of Graham Swift's Mothering Sunday was an amazing novella. Yeah, I can't think of anything else from the UK that's been spectacular in the 21st century, but this, oh my god! This morning, I saved it until this morning to watch Sarah of Hardcover Heart's review, and I commend that to you. And I don't have a lot to add to it. I'm not going to do a full review. I just think that this book has been talked about a lot, and I'm not sure that I have much to contribute other than the remarks I've made and my progression in my Friday reads. I love the word that Sarah used. It's the perfect word, fraught. This is a story about middle sister living in an environment fraught with social, political, terroristic, violent, misogynistic dangers. And the way that this story is told in such a digressive, richly characterized way, as Sarah said, the characters are so real and so deeply described in the words that are invented or unconventionally ascribed to social political groupings within this fraught environment do not detract at all from the individuality of the characters. But one way to think about the story is that it's a profound exploration of how challenging it is to be an individual in this kind of social political reality, to use a not very interesting term. I loved it with all my heart. I could just see that if a man had written this, it would have been terrible, because men can't write, number one, and there is just enough of an emotional undertow to everything that's being said that what would have been a dry postmodernist bullshit novel in a man's hands was just richly compelling. I just can't, I won't try to say any more. Watch Sarah's review. It's a great introduction to the book, and I just think, well, just like a stopped clock is right twice a day, the booker really lucked out in picking this one, especially with what they had to work with. Graphic novels. I loved it so much. I can't wait to reread it. I can't wait to read more by Anna Burns. And come on, UK, up your game. This is what you got to beat now. I also finished this Faber story. Sonny Liston was a friend of mine by Tom Jones, and this story was not a friend of mine. Stay tuned for Doris's and my review. I have finished all of my booktube reading. So this week I finished An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, as well as A Place for Us by Fatima Farheen Mirzan. And you will see my thoughts on these and all the other booktube prize books that I was reading and judging in the next 10 days or so, I think. Now I'm faced with, I know exactly the star rating each of these books deserve. I know exactly how I feel about each of the books. But now comes the part that I don't usually have to do, which is to rank them. Because several of them have identical or similar star ratings, but now I have to, within those 3-star or 4-star or 5-star reads, I have to make a hierarchy, and that's going to be interesting. I have also finished this Welsh novel, Turf or Stone by Margaret Evans. This was a buddy read with Charlotte of Tired Mama Tries to Read, Andrew Beyond the Pages, and Shawnee of Shawnee Reads, and I didn't like it. It was not a good novel. But that's okay. The buddy read was fun. There was some good writing in it, but it was so gothic. God. I just didn't really care about very much. It's about a refined, haughty, but fairly lower class woman who gets knocked up and marries this ogre. And then most of the novel is about what an asshole he is. And we don't get nearly enough about why she would be with him, or why she stayed, or what was her backstory. Instead, we get all this bullshit about his assholery. Like, it just made me mad. Like most gothic fiction, the only way you could make head nor tail out of the weird plot that went this way and that way was to just shrug and say, oh yeah, it's gothic. So, no, didn't like it. 2 stars. So that's what I have finished. What have I started? I've only started one new book, and this one was a spontaneous buddy read that just came to my mind when I watched Heidi of My Reading Life's Friday Reads last week. She talked about reading and making very, very haphazard on-again, off-again progress with reading an anthology of short stories, The Best American Short Stories 2018, edited by Roxane Gay. And that she was having trouble keeping a sense of momentum going. And while I was watching the video, I checked on Scribd, and in fact, yes, good old Scribd, the ebook is there. So I sent her a Voxer message, because we had been the last buddy read we had scheduled, I bailed very quickly. I think that's my memory. That's probably right. And we hadn't managed to schedule another one. And my reading schedule's pretty darn full. But I thought, if she's kind of reading it slowly, I could read it with her. So she thought that was great. And she's about halfway through the book, or more than a third of the way through the book. I'm reading a story a week with her until we finish, then slowly read the first chunk that she had already read. So I've only read one short story, and it was so-so. But most modern short stories are so-so or worse, but yeah, it had some potential. And we'll see how that goes, but that's the only new book that's going on. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about upcoming reads, because starting Monday I will be doing Reading Rush, and my TBR is there, so those are the books I'll be starting on Monday. But I will be starting a couple this weekend. One that I will finish by Sunday, and that is Anita Bruckner's Hotel du Lac. I have never read Anita Bruckner. It seems to me in about the early 2000s I tried one by her and bailed on it. And I just have this sense I'm not going to get along with Anita Bruckner, but I might as well start with her most famous book. And this is a buddy read with Amy of From the Dusty Bookshelf. We will start it today, finish it Sunday. And another buddy read, D.H. Lawrence's Sons and Lovers. And this is a buddy read with my old, dear friend Gwen from Saskatoon. And we're going to discuss this when I go back to Saskatoon in mid-August. So, because I'm doing Reading Rush, I have a very carefully micromanaged reading plan. And so this weekend I'm going to read the Bruckner. I'm going to read and do on audio as much of this as I possibly can. And I'm going to try to finish some other stuff that I've got going, so that I can focus almost exclusively from Monday to the following Sunday on the Reading Rush 7 books. So get a good start on this, and then pick it up again after Reading Rush. And then Reading Rush for 7 days. Barb asked me in the comments section just overnight if I would be vlogging it, and I keep going back and forth about it. But because I'm now doing my video editing on my iPad, I think I can keep on track with... I'm going to try to make my vlogs shorter. Sorry to disappoint you. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And just edit each clip as I go, and just keep so that at the end of the day I don't have to do a whole big editing job. They're going to be much more lightly edited than my videos usually are, just to streamline it and just get a little bit of my reading day and cute boys walking by out to you every day. So yes, I will be vlogging on a daily basis for the Reading Rush. I think that's all I have to say. Yes, that's all I got, because I gotta get this sucker edited, go buy my wine, and read a whole bunch of stuff today. Sounds like a great challenge. How about you? Thanks for watching. Shit. Mine isn't open yet. You
this is the one and it's not open. This has never happened before. All those are going to be 1,500 yen. Well, you win some, you lose some. Okay. Japanese have a saying, "Shikataganai." It can't be helped. Well, one less book I can buy this week. Okay? God damn it. There it is. The price is almost always 1,500 yen. Fingers crossed. Five is my lucky number.
すいません、おはようございます。お待たせいたしました。いい割りにくいようにほんまマット巻きますか。
Okay, so maybe it's just how you hold your mouth or something, because I have never gone to that cash register and got them for the cheaper price, but okay.